It is Elimination Tuesday in the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series playoff race number 2 here from virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway. I am Emerson Arden. I have my colleague Edward Shearer alongside myself in the virtual booth this evening, and we're excited to be bringing you live coverage from virtual Homestead-Miami, Florida. Last time out, these drivers had their tango with the Lady in Black, and Kyle Spees was the one who claimed the prize by the end of the night. And tonight, we will be trimming our playoff field down to 10 from 16. 6 drivers' seasons will effectively end tonight. Ed, welcome to Homestead.
Yeah, beautiful Miami, Florida. I mean, can't ask for better weather than what we got here in Miami. But yeah, this is definitely one of the trickier mile and a halves on this circuit. You know, everyone will think from looking at the track map, Everson, this place looks kind of similar from 1 and 2 to 3 and 4, but 3 and 4. It's almost a little bit more of a sweeping left-hander. It's like less, as you would say, flatter. But I mean, it's definitely trickier on the circuit, especially at 1 and 2. But 3 and 4 is definitely where you're gonna make most of your moves here tonight. But seeing a lot of speed here going on in qualifying from the times and practices, and I'm seeing a lot of the usual suspects up at the front too. So should be in for an interesting one tonight.
Well, speaking of usual suspects, let's take a look at the playoff settings after Darlington. Ed, one driver can rest easy today, Kyle Spees. Everyone else has to be up on their toes, and look at that cut line between DeLong and Cunningham and Wally Babad. 1 point separates 3 drivers right around that cut line. You also look at the likes of Ben Park, Scott Kalal close on the top side. Gerwitz, Slider, and Godinez can make it in from the bottom side. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, you could say honestly that 7th through 15th can change within one snap of a finger. I mean, one little thing can happen and it would change the whole outcome of how this playoff format can look. I mean, Matthew Greathouse, 9 points. I mean, you would think maybe get the stage win or maybe a stage point or 2 here in the stage and then hopefully finish. I mean, but you gotta think, anybody can be in a win situation. I mean, look at people like Connor Cunningham, maybe even Aaron Gerwitz, who both had great runs last week. Dustin Slider has been on and off here as of late, but he's been doing pretty well. Ben Park, recent champion in the sport, 6 points to the good. He's going to need to pick it up a little bit here tonight. Austin DeLong, Scott Kalal also need to have a good showing tonight, but I mean, anything can happen from 7th on to 15th, honestly, and I think Michael Sidor is in that must-win.
It's not mathematically a must-win for Sidor, but it's going to take a lot. So let's take a look at the starting lineup. Here on your screen, it's Ben Morrow, Dalton McKinney, the front row. How about Connor Cunningham, Kyle Spees making up row number 2, Cunningham. One of those drivers below the cut line today, Ed, he starts 3rd. Ben Park, Jason Green makes up row 3. Andrew Harris, Daniel Park, row number 4. And it's Austin DeLong, one of those cut line drivers, starting 9th with Matthew Greathouse in 10th.
Yeah, Sean Long and Corey Stoll round out row 6. Along row 7, we got Scott Kalal, who needs some good points here tonight to make himself another round of 10, and 13th with Jason Crackey 14th. Last season's champ, Jeffrey Rackey in 15th, along with Michael Sidor in 16th. Dustin Slider, another one of those out-looking in drivers in 17th, along with Michael Lepicki in 18th. Zachary Hines and Aaron Gerwitz, another driver on the outside looking in, round out your top 20.
Starting 21st will be the 99 of Wally Babb, one of those drivers that could use a good run tonight. Derek Da Silva will start 22nd. Sean Corcoran 23rd. Gregory Thurlow 24th to round out row 12. Row 13, you see Walt Lepicki and Jeffrey Vickery with Joe Ruggles running shotgun on the field. 27th position for Joe Ruggles. That is our 27 truck grid getting ready to do battle tonight here from South Florida. And Ed, let's be real. As opposed to the start of the season and some of the short tracks, we've been somewhat blessed with the mile and a halves, and even last week at Darlington, pretty great racing. The green flag runs have allowed these drivers to really do the talking. What do you expect tonight?
Honestly, I think a little bit of what we saw last week. I mean, we may get a caution here or there. I mean, like you mentioned, the mile and a halves have kind of blessed us with some great racings as of late. I mean, look at Kansas, for example. That was a great one to broadcast. And then also last week at Darlington was fun, even though we had a couple cautions here and there. But Homestead should be a little interesting one tonight. It's a little bit wider of one of those tracks like we did have at Darlington. You can go a little bit side-by-side in the corners, unlike last week. But I'm looking for some good side-by-side racing, and I would like to see some high-side racing going on. I like to see the third lane against the wall be put to use a little bit.
A lot of things to look for and a lot of things on these drivers' minds. 15 drivers have their season still up in the air. One driver is through the next week. That's Kyle Spees. And one thing is for sure, the iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety down in the pit lane. Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Homestead-Miami.
For switching lanes.
We got one for penalty from last week.
Looks like we do have a truck coming down the pit lane there, and that is looks like the 96 Joe Ruggles coming down the pit lane. Also coming off the pit lane, the 51 to Jeffrey Vickery. Going into the race a little late there, so Vickery already down a lap. We got things started, but I'll back up front. It's Dalton McKinney leading Kyle Spees and Jason Green.
Dalton McKinney was that one that dominated that mile and a half when we went to Kansas a couple weeks ago, Emerson. So it's not surprising to see this 46 machine out front this early. But then also look behind him, that 25 machine of Kyle Spees, last week's winner. He doesn't have to race his way in. He's already clinched the next round, but why not mess around with some a little bit? You know, steal a win maybe from someone and get some extra points.
Yeah, put the pressure on the other drivers. Kyle Spees really strong here in the early going of these playoffs. Why not Kyle Spees be a legitimate championship favorite? I mean, he already is, most wins on the season, so Kyle Spees looking to continue to make that mark strike fear in the rest of his playoff competitors.
Yeah, looking on that truck on the inside as well. Jason Green, decent run last week, and definitely showing some decent speed here in the qualifying. With all those Bird Dog Racing trucks out front right now. We got his teammate Ben Park, who's also looking to get in. Ben Morrow, another one of those teammates. I mean, the Bird Dog Racing camp has been qualifying really well. It's just they have to put it together in an effort to get the solid finishes that they need.
Still tight here as Spees and Green have swapped lanes. Last time by, it was Spees on the high side. Now Green has made his way to the top side, and Green looking to hold station here, Ed. And he will get clear of Kyle Spees, so Spees right now has to hold station in third, and it's still very early. No need to really push the issue. Someone who does kind of have to push the issue is this 24 Connor Cunningham. He needs those stage points.
Yeah, another one on the outside right there. Matthew Greenhouse up 4 positions already since the start of this race. Started 10th, up to 6th right now, but just got past a little bit, working on Connor Cunningham now for 7th and 6th place right here. And then behind them, Ben Park started 5th, fell back a little bit, back to the 8th position. Our pole sitter, Ben Morrow, is back to 5th as well. So see a little bit of these drivers maybe try to take a little bit of a pass in this route and take care of those tires a little bit, try to make it to that stage.
Cunningham to the inside of Daniel Park. Cunningham trying to take 5th away. And he'll get there. He now sets his sights on Ben Morrow.
Yeah, it was a little shocking to see Connor Cunningham with a little bit of qualifying effort because he usually doesn't qualify for these races, as we've seen as of late. But I think with the little bit of added pressure with the playoffs and him being involved in it, I think he had to, step a little bit of the pedal to the floor and get a good qualifying effort. And luckily he did get a top 10 start. Oh, Radke. Jeffrey Radke got really loose on the exit of 3 and 4.
What a save from Jeffrey Radke. Now, you were kind of mentioning this in the pre-race, Ed. Turns 1 and 2, the exit of turn 2 and the exit of turn 4 are very different. It's very, well, I shouldn't say easy, but when you're racing these trucks, you are less aero dependent on how your truck exits turn 2 than you are out of turn 4. You are leaning on really the mechanical grip when you come out of turn 4. Turn 2, you should be fine. And if you cater a setup,
Can't go any lower.
towards one side of the racetrack, you're really going to start to play with the other side of the racetrack. Out of the lead.
Turn 2 is almost like treacherous a little bit, but I mean, turn 4 is definitely the worst, I would say. But Jason Green looking at the inside of Dalton McKinney for the lead, but I think that's going to open the door on the top for Kyle Spees, who's going to try to make it work. And almost look at this, we got 3 different lines working here. Starting to see the third line come into effect here. A lot of drivers in the back trying to make it work too.
So McKinney holds station for now, but he was under heavy pressure from Jason Green and Kyle Spees. And so down to the inside goes Jason Green. McKinney trying to hold that high side. And while it can work, I hear a lot, Ed, that the inside line really prevails more than you think it should here at Homestead. You almost think of this track absolutely being a top-heavy racetrack, especially from, you know, what we've seen in the past previous racing data. But with the tire model and especially with these trucks, the lighter fuel loads, is the bottom side really the way to go?
I mean, you just saw it there. Dalton McKinney, who ran the top for like a little bit of that whole last 2 laps, tried the bottom there, 3 and 4. You saw the back end of the truck almost want to step out a little bit. It's almost making that right rear unhappy. Since he just Green's looking at the bottom, trying to make the pass for the lead. You see right there, that bottom lane is just a little bit better on the entry to center, but that top is going to stay there on the exit. As Jason Green's going to have to try to get the power down to hopefully clear this top lane and slide up in front of Dalton McKinney, which it looks like it may be close, and he's going to clear.
Jason Green sideways as they cross the stripe. It's McKinney leading, but Green fighting hard down on the inside. Kyle Spees has a great view of it all.
And then another one, Connor Cunningham, getting into the picture here as well. He's only 4/10 back at this battle for the lead right now, as these two are fighting really hard up front. Dalton McKinney is pushing this top lane to its magic right now. Jason Green's just trying to do everything he can to stay on that quarter panel on the bottom side.
McKinney barely cleared down in front of Green. Green, big run to the outside, goes the 55.
Oh, but that's going to open the door for Speeds. I don't think Green meant to go up that high a little bit on the exit. He had to give up a little bit of that exit speed, but he's going to look down in the entry of turn 1 here on Dalton McKinney. He's going to have to keep the power down on the top lane, see what Dalton can do on this exit.
Side by side for the race lead, Kyle Spees holding station behind, and Connor Cunningham joins the fray, as you mentioned, Ed. 3 trucks under a blanket. Cunningham wants to make it 4.
If I'm Connor, I'm seeing how aggressive these guys are. I'm definitely not going to want to push the issue. I mean, 4th is great for points, but I mean, if I can get blessed with maybe a 3rd or a 2nd on points, I'll be fine with that. As we see a lot of trucks getting sideways in the back. Ben Park just about had a moment in the back. He's losing 2 spots now to Andrew Harris and Austin DeLong. A lot of people are starting to make this top not work, and then some are. There's a lot of trucks losing some grip here on these rear tires.
Meanwhile, Connor Cunningham not clear yet, trying to clear for 3rd.
Connor's going to force the issue a little bit, run this little bottom lane here, but Jason Green's going to try to pinch him on the middle. See if Connor can maybe get clear here. Nope, he's going to keep that 55 still tucked on his outside, just barely at his quarter panel. He's going to maybe have to try a little bit, maybe higher of a lane, maybe push Jason Green a little bit higher than what he would want to, but looks interesting here. He might want to feed off Kyle Spees into getting dirty air.
Not able to clear just yet, but it has been some great stuff up here inside the top 5 between the likes of Spees and McKinney, Green and Radke. Battle for the lead as well. Gotta keep your eyes on both of it here.
And I'm also looking in the back too, Emerson. We have a battle of like 4 trucks or 3 trucks for 10th. And all 3 of these trucks are all trucks that need a battle for stage points. I mean, you got Austin DeLong, Ben Park, and Scott Cole all back here fighting to get that last point in that stage for those really desperate stage points.
So, holding that top spot right now is Dalton McKinney. Spees trying to wrap that inside. McKinney is able to hold station up top, but he just doesn't seem comfortable up there. Kyle Spees really is applying that pressure, but Kyle Spees follows into tire tracks this time with that 46 machine, trying to get the run off the corner.
Yeah, I think the other thing too, Emerson, Dalton I don't think wanted to come up this early too. He came up here around like 9 laps into the race. We're going to about like 30, 40 laps from the stage. I mean,
40.
Yeah, so we're going another 24, 30 laps almost. I mean, I don't know if you want to be up here this early. I think that bottom was the way to go, maybe until like halfway, maybe to like 20 and 15-ish maybe. But I think right now he's basically running this as a defense. You can just see it right there. Kyle Spees is all over the back of him.
Kyle Spees is stalking the 46 machine. Here he goes.
He's going to try the bottom, make it work, try to get the slide job in there. He's going to have to clear up right now, feed off the dirty air, but watch McKinney for the crossover on the exit. I don't think he's going to be able to get it, though.
Big run, 46, gets the wall. Kyle Spees clears to the race lead.
Gonna say if I'm speed, I'm maybe going a lane lower here, yep. Feed off that 30 air to him in the center to exit. Don't let him get a good exit at all.
Well, now
Jason
McKenny
Green's
is
on the attack.
Kenny's got to watch Green. Cunningham has lost a little bit of touch now. Maybe used up a little bit of his stuff early. Truck off the pace.
This is the 96 car. I'm not going to race with you guys on the back straightaway. I'm going to
15, but that's a slider. One of our playoff drivers is in trouble there.
McKinney's still holding off. Jason Green for second. Got a decent run off exit of 4. Is going to close up a little bit more on the count of speeds, but there's a lot of side-by-side action going on. I'm going through this track right now. A lot of people working the top, a lot of people working the bottom. I'm watching Ben Morrow back here in 4th, and he's been able to reel back in Connor Cunningham. I wonder if he saved his stuff a little bit more better. And then Jeffrey Racky, who we saw have a moment, is also closing into this fight.
Absolutely. You see here is the battle for the top spots starting to sort itself out. McKinney right now trying to hold second.
Dustin Slider, like we mentioned back there, that lost some ground. He's back in 17th, 18th, trying to do all he can to make some ground up, but there's just a lot to make up and 20 laps to go in this stage. I believe I just saw Andrew Harris and Ben Park have some contact too.
Yeah, they're getting feisty here. And Ben Park is in the playoffs. I'm not sure why it's not denoted there on your scoring, but Ben Park is a playoff driver in that one machine.
He's not safe either. I mean, he's still in a really, really close battle for that cutoff. All these points that he can. I mean, even holding up the long. I think the long, if I remember correctly, he's actually the last truck in, if I'm correct.
The long would be the last truck in, yes, by 1.
I think the big winner out of all this for all the playoff drivers right now is I think we have to agree Connor Cunningham in 4th.
At the moment, absolutely. Cunningham has been absolutely great.
And then I think the loser that we can all agree on maybe Paul.
I'll throw this name at you. Dylan Godinez.
Yeah. Godinez is... I mean, he's in a tough pickle, too. He's 11 out. Probably going to need to get a lot of points to make it in. And maybe even a top 5 finish.
Keep looking at him. He's not here.
I don't know.
Dylan Godinez.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, he's in trouble, man.
Yeah, it's probably game over right there.
Battle here as Cunningham's closed back up. Green to the inside of McKinney. Work lap 23 of 120 and the stage break to come at lap 40. Green trying to slide up. Can he get there? He gets there. Does McKinney have a comeback?
McKinney's just slowly bleeding, I feel like, on this top lane. I think he came up here too soon. I think he realizes it as well.
Got to play some damage control now for that 46 machine. Ride it out to that stage caution as Connor Cunningham blitzing down on the inside.
All you gotta do is manage for another about 16, 15 laps. And
it's a long time.
Get yourself some 4 tires. Yeah, but the only thing you gotta do here, I mean, you're in a comfortable points position. Just manage to get some points. I mean, you don't need to get a lot. You can just hold on for a little bit longer, get 4 tires, and then you can understand what you did wrong and correct it in this next coming stage.
Ben Morrow reeling in. McKinney, he's found some confidence in that 46 machine again. He's going for it for second once again.
You might as well try the bottom when you can't make the top work. And in the back, you got Andrew Harris and Austin DeLong fighting for 10th. This battle's still up front, though, with Dalton McKinney and Jason Green. It's just too interesting to not watch. I mean, these two have been fighting for the last, 10 laps, maybe we could say? Even more?
Yeah, maybe more,
Jason Green,
man.
Jason Green just has a really good truck right now, it seems like. He's been able to put his truck wherever, he wants to right now, and still able to drive that. Oh, as I say, that looks like a little loose right there, and it's old Dalton McKinney, it looked like. Oh, my goodness.
On board with 5th place driver Ben Morrow. looking up at all of this.
Connors, you can see it right there, the right rear is just stepping out a little bit. Looking at
Sitting on that seam. But is he clear? Trying to get clear there. Not yet, but Connor is sending it.
I don't think he's going to get clear.
If he can gas up here, think he's got a chance. No, he's working on green here.
Stay on green.
Sideways,
as well.
Radke's going around. Jeffrey
Caution's
Radke
out.
spins off the racetrack and the caution comes out. As Cunningham is scored in third. Take a look and see what happened to Jeffrey Radke.
I was
riding
missing it.
here.
I mean, there's a lot of trucks that are having a lot of loose handling issues. You see down here going into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Radke was one of them all race.
Yeah, he's right on that seam too, so that's making that truck really unsettled and unhappy, and just steps out. Oh my gosh, damn park.
Did Dan not get contacted
No,
there?
I don't think Dan hit him.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh. A
So this is
solo
gonna
spin.
be interesting.
Yep. Do you pit here? Do you go for stage points? What's
Yeah,
the
I
plan?
mean, what do you think? We go like what, 7 laps once we go back green?
Be intriguing.
I mean, do you really want to waste a set here? And then, I don't know. I think you stay out. Well, looks like majority of the field's coming. No, Ben Morrow stays out.
Ben Morrow stays out. Oh, baby.
And then the rest of the field looks like they're coming. Sean Corcoran stays out. Wally Babb stays out. Michael Sidor stays out. Dustin Slider stays out.
I'm sorry.
So, 6 trucks have decided to stay out. As you mentioned, Morrow, DeLong, Corcoran, Babb, Sidor, and Slider. Basically,
There's an incident on pit road as well. Connor Cunningham and Jason Green had
try
some
and get into my box, but
contact.
I thought you would be in, like,
on the pit
non-touchable at
entry.
that.
They were so like tucked up beneath one another. Jason Green looked like
That's
he
my
went to
fault.
stop a little bit more shallow into his box. And I think because Connor had a box just in front of him, he came in the same exact angle and it put Jason Green to the inside wall with some left front damage.
we're going to see what
Doesn't
happened
look like
then.
there's anything on Connor's end, but
Here we go. Oh,
24 will be serving end of line.
and that Connor is going to be getting an EOL for that.
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, just when a good race was going good, it's going bad now. I don't know if he's going to even get any stage points if he even makes up this ground.
Take a look at up above. Man. Unfortunate.
I don't know how bad that's going to hurt Jason Green, but that was decent contact to that left front too.
Absolutely. Well, we have a quick moment here. We're going to take a quick step aside, and then we'll get you ready with the restart here. Restart should be coming with 8 laps to go in stage 1. Don't you go anywhere.
Lucky dog coming outside. Lucky dog outside.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway. Getting ready for a restart here. With 8 laps to go in stage 1, the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane. The field in the hands of Ben Morrow. Green flag back in the air. Oh boy, Ed, we come off of turn 4. This looks like one of those plate racing packs. This field is 4 wide, multiple rows deep.
Oh, they were almost 5 wide off of 4 all the way in the back. Oh, sideways on the entry. Saves it.
4 wide behind him.
Got 4 wide again.
Maybe 5. If you're a playoff driver that's somewhat safe, I would back out of this.
Oh, man. I don't think anybody's backing out. Oh, Harris with a deep send. 4 wide.
We're 4 wide everywhere in this pack.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
As the top 2 start driving away, somehow we're still in one piece.
The biggest winner in all this is Matthew Greathouse, up to 3rd right now on those fresh tires.
Oh yeah. This.
And he's catching big too. But this mess back here is just, oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
Oh, victory in the wall.
Oh my goodness, truck's in the wall. Truck's trying to dart around. Still 3 and 4 wide. And you know what? To that point, I got to give it to the field. We got a battle for a second. It's Greathouse. And a battle for the lead. It's Greathouse.
That wasn't even a battle. That was, yeah, he's gone.
Greathouse down to the inside, clears through. And now Daniel Park. Yeah.
And Dan's racing for that 2nd tier championship too. He's actually the leader in that, so this will be huge.
Be a nice little point save for him to try to solidify some gap in the tier 2 championship. So Daniel Park up to 2nd. Ben Park, who is a playoff driver, just not scored there on the tower on the left-hand side. Ben Park up to 4th, past Morrow.
Great job right now from some of these guys, especially on old tires and new tires. So just a great job from the whole field, exactly. I mean, we were 5 wide, and we kept it green the whole time.
That was amazing. Now
that was the most insane racing I've seen this year.
Now you look at the people who tried to make something happen there. Sidor and Bab. They fell outside of the top 10. Cunningham, because of the penalty, is back there. Slider's back there. A lot of these drivers that need stage points, Ed, they're in trouble. The one who is up there is Aaron Gerwitz.
Yeah, Eric Gerwitz on those old tires is actually managing pretty well. Actually, I don't remember if he's on tires or not. I think he stayed out? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Oh, Ben
Park
sideways. Gerwitz sideways.
Everyone sideways. Potential battle for the lead here. For the stage win. Park trying to go down to the inside on Greathouse. Greathouse shuts the door.
Greathouse doing a good job right now. I mean, he was in contention to maybe not even make this next round. He was close. There's 7 points to the good, but I mean, this would definitely make you feel good if you get the win here.
Well, he better not get too physical here. Daniel Park has nothing to lose. Greathouse sideways opens the door for Park. Side by side, 2 laps to go.
Yeah, how hard is Dan going to send it in here to maybe try to get the stage win?
If you're Greathouse, how hard do you fight this? Do you just think bigger picture?
You think you got to go for it at this rate now? I mean, you just go for it.
Greathouse up high, Daniel Park down low, side by side into turns 3 and 4. This time by will be 1 lap to go. Greathouse big run through the center of the corner. Can Park get the exit? For now, Greathouse clears back by 1 lap to go in stage 1.
And then looking throughout the field, I mean, you got Andrew Harris and Jason Green battling for third place right there. Gerwitz looks like he's going to hang on to fifth for maybe a little bit, but Ben Park has been feeding on that rear end. Ben's going for the crossover now, trying to get by Gerwitz. Ben Morrow and Mike Lepicki would round out 8th, 7th, and 8th. Sean Corcoran and also DeLong would be the last one to get points.
Meanwhile, off of turn number 4, Matthew Greathouse is going to win stage 1 here at Homestead.
Yeah,
Daniel Park second, Harris, Green, Gerwitz, Ben Park, Lepicki, Morrow, Corcoran, and DeLong as the caution comes out.
And DeLong, the one on that cutoff line, needed points.
Yeah.
He's going to get the last one.
Anything helps. DeLong and Ben Park do a great job there.
And the big loser and all that. I mean, I hate to say it, would be our recent champ, Racky. I mean, I know he's good almost, but 26th is not pretty.
Kalal didn't have a good run there.
No, Connor Cunningham.
Yeah.
Dalton McKinney didn't get no points. I know he's comfortable, but Wally Babb, no points.
So right there, Gerwitz getting stage points. That's gonna put Gerwitz 1 point behind DeLong. Actually, they might end up tying DeLong and Gerwitz.
Might be tied.
They would be tied right now. Ben Park got stage points, so he would move up. Kalal not getting stage
the
points.
Biggest loser, yeah.
He will still be in, but barely.
I think Racky might have clinched.
He should be okay, but he did not get any points here at the stage. 42 above the cut line, but I think only 27 trucks. The max anyone can get without winning today, Ed, is I think 37 points. So he should be good, unless somebody below that cut line wins and everything else goes drastic for him.
So in my opinion, I think we can both say that Racky, Jason Green, Ben Morrow are all clinched.
I would say 99% for Radke right now. I wouldn't say 100.
Yeah.
I would give you Green.
But well, McKinney would be close, but not getting stage points. I wouldn't say anything yet. But Harris got points. That boots him up a little bit. Greyhouse stage winner. That definitely is a better cushion than what he had. Kalal, no stage points. That's definitely going to be tough.
5 away. Daniel Park
and Gerwitz got points.
Daniel Park just took the race lead. I know he's a non-playoff driver, but in all that, Daniel Park will lead the field to green, and everyone's on equal footing. Everyone's going to be on same equipment here.
Yeah, and the people that stayed out there are going to have that extra set. God forbid, you know, they have a caution late in this run, so that extra set might be coming into handy. We saw what those new tires can do. So think about that when we get in on the later though of this race, if we ever do get a caution. So like people like Ben Morrow and Dustin Slider and all them who gonna need points. I mean, I know Ben's gonna be close, or he's good enough, but some of those guys back there that stayed out, that extra set in the back pocket.
So everyone who came and took 4 under this caution, we start all the way back to 9th position, Ben Morrow, Austin DeLong, Sean Corcoran, Kyle Spees, Corey Stahl, Scott Kalal, Michael Sidor, and Walt Lepicki. Lepicki took 2. McKinney, Cunningham, Babb, Thurlow, Hines, Vickery. So everybody pretty much 9th on back took 4 tires. But everyone in the top 8 just took 4 tires 8 green flag laps ago. So what is the difference between 8 lap tires? Well, that is about to be put on display.
We're about to, I have a bad feeling we're about to see more 4 or 5 wide for a little bit here after this restart.
That was something else. I got to commend the whole field for making it through that. That was.
Can we do it a second time though?
Well, we're gonna find out. And so, as the field of 27 Speed Racing Network Glitch Truck Series vehicles come off of turn number 4, the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane. The field in the hands of Daniel Park. Green flag back in the air. Oh, we got trucks going around. Walt in trouble.
Jeffrey Radke.
And the caution comes out.
Jeffrey Radke got some nose damage there. He hit the 64 dead in the door, and looked like the 15 might have got involved as well. It was close to tell with the 15, but I know the 3 definitely made contact with the 64.
Well, we're gonna go take a look at this replay from the restart. Up above. See what can be deduced here. We want to find Walt Lipicki here. Gets hit from behind by the 99. Then
hits him again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
if,
the 15 does make some contact. The 3 definitely contact there.
Looks like no massive hits, Ed, but definitely something there. And
3's got a little punch right front.
Yeah.
It looks like on the headlight. Looks like he's got a nice little bowling ball took to it. But other than that, I think everybody else might be okay.
you see here, and the 99, he's just trying to help Walt get going here, but he does get the 64 out of shape. Probably lifts up those rear tires a little bit, gets Walt.
Oh yeah,
out of
hits him right
shape.
there on the
Yeah.
left rear, and then just I don't think Walt
Looks like
kind of knew
both.
he was 3 wide close.
Yeah, both of our playoff drivers there, Slider and Radke, very minimal damage.
I would imagine Babs can get the or the blame for that one, but it's gonna be interesting now.
There's your front end damage to the 3 machine.
Yeah, you can see it right there. The tire peeking out a little bit. That right front a little bit pushed in. You see Slider coming to get some damage fixed on pit road now.
There's the 15 truck. That looks okay.
Might be just a little bit of optional, maybe like 20, maybe 10 seconds if anything.
Not even. Yeah, maybe. Here.
Fuel only. Yeah, it might be just fuel only for the 15.
Fuel
I know
only.
some of these guys are going to be close on fuel.
So the biggest story out of that is Radke, but he should be fine. Unless somebody 11th through 16th wins today and he finishes dead last. But with him being one of the few trucks with damage, you know, that could be something.
Yeah, and I don't know how that damage is going to hurt him on maybe, you know, aero side wise, because that thing is punched in pretty decent too.
Yeah, that right front is that's hurt.
And you need about everything you can on these 1.5 miles, whether it's straightaway speed, corner speed, or anything. So
I mean,
I'm gonna
you
find
see
out
how
that
much
3
these
truck is.
you see how much these drivers battle these trucks when they're in one piece. Now you add another variable to the mix, right? You add, you know, the truck handling weird on corner entry. And if the truck's tighter on entry, Ed, what do you do as a driver? Right? Some more than likely instinctually turn the wheel more if you don't slow down enough. You turn the wheel more. What does that do to your corner exit?
So basically, when you're tight on entry, you're going to want to maybe try to work that right front a little bit more. So basically,
Right.
what you're going to want to do is drive in the truck a little bit deeper than what you would be doing. That's what I usually do when
Right.
ever I'm telling
But
somebody
if-
on the
if you're not
working
expecting
with
it.
Conti and everything, yeah. But
You're
it's
not
like when you
expecting
work with stuff like that, you want to like drive it in deep. But then if you're also struggling loose exit, you're gonna want to be careful on the gas and make sure that you don't spin the rears too much.
Well, that's somewhat the point I was looking to make is if you drive it tight on entry and you turn the wheel more, you're gonna really compromise your exit. We're gonna find out though, as Dan Park is gonna lead us back to green here from Homestead.
Oh, we have a truck around and he's gonna save it. The 89 just got hit by the 46.
What a save from Austin DeLong. That could have been huge. Battle for a second. It's Andrew Harris and Matthew Greathouse. Greathouse down low. Yeah.
Great Harris is gonna, I think, clear easily on this top lane, getting the power down faster. So move Andrew Harris to second. Just don't want to use too much up here, as we saw how that end of that stage was, basically how some of these guys were really fighting loose conditions.
So Daniel Park holding the bottom side. Harris trying to get a big run here off of the corner. Nose to tail. Park leads now. Harris, where's he gonna go?
He'll go right back to the top.
Park protecting that bottom side.
Right rear. See a lot of trucks making desperation moves. Scott Kowal's been working in the third lane, trying to get some ground going. He's up to 9th.
Harris down to the inside, looking for the lead. Park has to commit to the middle lane now. They're both in the middle lane. Park
like
didn't
Harris
pick
is
a
gonna get
lane.
clear.
And yeah, Park is going to pay for
Three
that.
wide for
Harris
third.
clears.
3 wide for third for a minute. Jason
Yep.
Green, Matthew Grayhouse, and Ben Morrow.
Gerwitz now on the high side. Gerwitz and
Gerwitz
Morrow
running around
clear.
that back.
Great house.
Gerwitz is running around that back, and then that caution came out and actually helped them a little bit with the track position.
Yeah. Gerwitz got 5th in the stage. By the way, Daniel Park going for the race lead again. Loose on the inside now. Harris trying to put the power down. Park with the heads up out of the corner. Green trying to push Park.
Those are teammates right there, I believe, the 55 and the 7.
Daniel Park is going to surge down to the inside. Daniel Park is clear to the race lead once again.
Better clear up. Harris is
He
going to have a run
didn't.
down the back.
He should have cleared up there.
And then here comes Gerwitz into the mixture, too.
This is huge for Daniel Park, trying to get his first ever Speed Racing Network victory. And trying to stay out in front of this field.
And one guy going backwards in a hurry right now, the 13 of Matthew Grayhouse. He is stuck in the sucker hole right now.
Oh, baby. There it is, yeah.
There's a big sucker hole. Oh, boy, we might go 4 wide again. We got 3 wide, 2 rows, and 2 rows.
This is a mess
gosh.
back here.
This place is playing like a super speedway. I love it.
It's great. Oh, sideways is
Oh.
Andrew Harris.
Yep, well. There's the rear tires not happy. Oh, we got 4 wide down the front, too. Corker, Grayhouse, McKinney, and Connor Cunningham. Oh, my gosh. Connor Cunningham left out of it. Oh, my
This is
Lord.
amazing. Homestead is fantastic. Battle
For the
now.
trucks.
Gerwitz to the inside of Green. Daniel Park closes the door.
Oh, Gerwitz got tight. He's washing up the track.
Nearly into the side of the 55.
Oh, my gosh. There's so many people loose back here. Corey Stahl just about got turned on the top.
Daniel Park has this field at bay.
Daniel Park's the most comfortable person right now, I think, because looking behind him, you do not want to be in this pack.
I would say that, Ed. But being a winless driver, you know the nerves that's going through you right now if you're leading. Oh, Derek Da
Oh.
Silva!
Oh, he's gonna hit the wall. Yeah, that's tough.
Derek Da Silva, big hit.
That's definitely steering broken. Call speeds, almost contact. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he got turned so far down the hill, he almost spun into Connor Cunningham, and he saved it. Oh my gosh.
By the way, again, the top 10, 8 playoff drivers, one is leading, or one non-playoff driver is leading, the other is 7th. This is crazy.
This is chaos at its finest. Jason Green going for the lead. It looks like he's peeking the nose, trying
Morrow's
to get the clean air
here.
on the truck. The whole field's here.
Yeah,
You look just back there, you got the whole field just looking.
I'll speak from experiences. While I never got the opportunity to win an SRN race, I had those moments where I'm in the lead, man, and it's nerve-wracking when you've never gotten it done, man. You're looking in the mirror, you're thinking all the possible bad things that can happen to you, man. But when you're leading, and it's a somewhat rare sight for you to lead.
Then also at this rate, you're trying to think, who do you want to feed the dirty air to? I mean, they're both side by side behind you. Get that wrong, but you still got to feed somebody your air, and then somebody's going to get the run on the exit with the clean air. I mean, right now you're giving it to Jason Green, who's going to get a run on the top with Ben Morrow getting the dirty air, but then you got to think all these trucks packed up. You want them to stay side by side, though, because then you're going to let yourself get away a little bit. And Dan's doing a pretty decent job right now of controlling both.
I think Dan doing exactly that, trying to keep them side by side. Spees into the back of the 55. He is
Here
there.
comes Connor Cunningham.
3 wide.
Connor Cunningham had a penalty on pit road, and he's making it up now.
Yep, and back into the top 3 for the 24. Oh, Daniel was loose. Here comes Morrow.
Here comes Ben Morrow. Down the inside. What's he going to do down in the 3 or 4? Is he going to stick it and send it?
Dan's got to send it.
Up the middle, too. Kyle Spees might be getting here on entry. He might have 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, Morrow sideways.
Sticking it. Yep.
Spees 3 wide.
Where's Connor going to go? He has a decent run, too.
For the race lead, and Connor wants to make it 4.
Oh, Ben's getting tight. He's washing up the track. Here comes Kyle as
Dan
well.
is sideways. That'll do it for Dan. Ben
that?
Morrow.
Oh, stole all the way to the apron.
And now Connor Cunningham. Back from the dead. Great stuff here from Homestead as Kyle Spees trying to clear to the race lead, and he does.
We only hit halfway. Just then. At least I got 60 more laps of this.
Oh, but it's been great.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you have a battle everywhere on this track right now. Nobody is single file.
Now Daniel Park, unfortunately, gonna feel the wrath of everyone else on fresh tires, or fresher tires, I should say.
Yeah, he's stuck in the middle, but I mean, gotta think it was a hell of an effort from that 7 truck.
Absolutely. How about Austin DeLong?
How about Jeffrey Radke?
Drivers. Radke
He was
back from the dead.
He was involved in 2 cautions, and he's back in the top 10.
Big run here down the back straightaway. Green trying to clear. McKinney following suit of the 55. DeLong trying to keep it down on the inside. McKinney wants to take it middle. The door is open.
Oh,
doesn't take it. Uh-oh. DeLong connectivity issues.
And McKinney DeLong got into it a little bit before, too. McKinney was on the long sideways. Oh, boy, that's tight. McKinney is really cutting it close with that wall.
In this battle for 4th, 6 trucks under a blanket.
And all this is letting the front 3 get away a little bit. You're talking about a second of a gap now. Somebody's going to have to figure it out here soon. It looks like McKinney's going to do it himself and push Jason Green to the clear. But what he wants Jason Green to do is go back down to the bottom so he can run the top, but he's not doing so. So I think McKinney's going to take it in the hands of himself and go middle. Oh, Racky's loose. Racky's really loose.
Very loose. That might be the damage that truck speaking a little bit there.
Between that and maybe working the top a little bit too much.
Oh, Green, big time sideways.
We're going to go 3 here? Nope, we're going to stay 2.
Oh my goodness. How are you not diving down to the inside of the trucks that sideways in front of you, Ed?
I don't know.
To the outside.
I was told it.
DeLong clears to 4th. McKinney, Green go at it. Here comes Corcoran. Contact. Battle for 2nd. Cunningham down to the inside of Morrow.
Cunningham's doing really well in this long run. Can he just manage these tires enough, though, to get to the lead?
A send from Connor. Connor clears to 2nd. Back to this mess.
And Racky's just doesn't care how loose he's getting. He's running this wall with a confidence. Oh, Stahl gets loose on the exit. Got battles everywhere. Dan Park and Sean Long for 13th and 12th. This battle right here with Racky and McKinney for 5th. Look at all that back.
Everyone is all over the road. Everyone's searching for anything, any resemblance of grip. These trucks, all of them driving terribly right now.
Nah, they're driving good. Name that reference.
Well, it was the closest finish in NASCAR history up until
Oh, Harris.
9 days
my
ago.
gosh. Andrew Harris slapped the wall and about came down and took some others with him. Everybody doesn't know what they have anymore in their trucks right now. That's what
I
can
don't know
see.
what these guys have. They're all sideways.
A lot of them sideways on the exit. A lot of them look tight. Got a mixed bag of feelings right now. Yeah, some drivers that are trying to make their way in middle ground. Connor Cunningham's up to second. He's actually running the fastest laps of the race. So
He is. That's what I was going to say. Someone who's feeling good is this 24 machine.
might want to have to check if that's Jeff Gordon. I don't remember Jeff being this good in the truck though. Did Jeff actually ever make a truck start? I don't even think he does.
I'm sure he ran a truck race, but
Probably a while ago.
well, you know, maybe not, because he came into the sport before the truck series was a thing.
Yeah.
So unless he went down and just ran one for fun. Sideways off the track is the 84
Yeah,
there, Sean Long.
Yeah.
Battle here, Kalal and Vickery. Kalal, one of those drivers that did not perform well on the stage, needs to finish well here at the end of the race.
And another one back there in the middle of this mess. Aaron Hurwitz and Ben Park.
By the way, remember Matthew Greathouse battling for the lead of this race? He's down in 21st.
Oh.
Not a mighty have fallen.
I mean, we gotta get close to pit road opening too here, so I wouldn't be surprised if Greathouse might be one of those early takers.
Oh, I would almost put money on it. He's one of the firsts.
Question is, it's like if you're somebody in this middle pack, I feel like you should come early. I mean, you see what track position has done to flip this race on its head.
And we are running a second and a quarter, maybe even a second and a half slower than our fastest laps right now. At least.
Unless you're like driving towards the front, like saving tires, then I would definitely consider short pit.
I'm sure it's gonna start to come about, Ed, around lap 80, because that would split the rest of this race in half. If you can make it to 85, you should be good. So I say in the next 12 laps, if you can make it 12 laps, you're probably thinking about pitting.
Well, the bigger problem is, who's the best driver that we have in this series that's best on the long runs? It's the guy that's leading this race right now.
I would say
that's it's tough to say.
Ever since he got the lead, Ed, that lead has been dwindling as Connor Cunningham is close to within a quarter second of the race leader.
Connor's making this bottom work really well too. I don't know if we can, but just watch how he's been able to paint his lefts on this white line, both corners. He's been making this bottom work really, really well on entry.
He's about there.
Not really much wiggle out of that steering wheel either, Em. Really self-controlled, got a decent grip on that wheel. Not really turning right that much. That means he's got a really happy race truck right now.
I think we unlocked a fast Connor here once he got that win at Michigan.
Yeah, and then the other thing too, I saw on the social media, he actually upgraded his setup too. He's been all upgraded to Fanatec stuff now, so even getting the better equipment.
Sideways! Sean Long in the back. Battle for the lead. Cunningham tried to get there. Spees, great run to the center. But notice that Spees was running the top till Cunningham caught. Now Spees is running the middle.
If I'm Spees, you gotta maybe start thinking about flirting with this bottom lane. Cut off Connor's bread and butter here. I mean, he's been making this bottom work, as you see it again here. Connor might be able to clear him here off of 2. It's
got
gonna be
the nose
close. I don't
ahead,
think he's
center
gonna get
corner.
there.
Speeds with the runoff. Connor
Doing all this
Cunningham.
work. Just watch Ben Morrow, how long he's gonna eat up these two if they fight side by side.
Is Cunningham finding pace at the right time?
If
Not
you're
only for
Connor,
tonight, but for the season.
If you're Connor M, you maybe think about short pitting the 25 maybe to jump in front of him. You know you have a faster truck than him right now, and maybe try to leapfrog him.
I don't know. I do agree he's got a faster truck and he's got a better handle on it, but to chance, you know, giving away any advantage you do have, I would, if you're still behind him, maybe follow him in. You know you're better in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta match him a little bit, but it just looks like Connor is just so well wrapped to this bottom lane. I don't even think he wants to flirt with the middle or top, which scares me a little bit because you might have to work that eventually at some rate, but it just looks like Kyle's just too weary to go down there and maybe fend some dirty air onto Connor's nose. But Connor's just going to keep working this bottom, and he's going to get there almost.
Trying to get he's a half-tenth clear. Can he clear up?
Oh, you might have to try to side draft him back here, maybe keep that quarter panel close. This is the closest he's been actually down here in the 3 and 4. Oh, Kyle's gonna pinch him a little bit.
Speeds drives that center hard.
Watch Ben Morrow back there in third. It's going to keep closing a little bit the more these two fight side by side.
Connor trying to drive that center corner hard. Morrow closing the gap. Side by
Connor
side.
didn't get any stage points, but you think, honestly, is it worth just fighting this hard? Maybe giving second? I mean, you really think he has to go for the race win?
He doesn't have to win, but I think he has to if he wants to believe in himself to be a championship competitor this next round. I don't think he has to win to make the next round, but I think if Connor wants to be taken seriously as a title threat, winning here would do it. Big run here to the center corner.
Really well. It's going to be tight.
Not clear. He's got to lean on that 25.
He's got to get closer to side draft.
Yeah, he's got to dump that air on him.
Work it. Yep. He's doing everything right. He just needs to get the side draft on the back straightaway. If he could just keep it a little bit more closer than what he has been on the entries, he'll be able to clear him eventually in the next corners.
This is great stuff. This is Kyle Speeds, potentially the top driver in the series. He is certainly by the wins column. And Connor Cunningham, one of the newest young, fast, hot shots in SRN, coming to light here. Got himself his first win at Michigan a few weeks back. And now trying to rival.
Oh, Racky got really loose back there. You see with the white smoke. That was heavy. That was sideways back there.
Connor trying to rival some high caliber driver in this series.
And Connor's been a lot of part-time seasons too. He's been here for a couple seasons part-time, but this is actually the first full opportunity he's had in a full-time season. And doing so, got his first career win, made his first chance in the playoffs, and he might actually have his chance here at making a title run if he keeps up this pace.
Cunningham continues to apply for pressure.
Jason Green into the wall. Sorry, Emerson. Jason Green was hard into the wall.
I think Speeds is coming in. He just dropped down to the inside.
I don't know.
Kyle, here he comes. Kyle Speeds is pitting.
All right, this is going to open the door.
I'd imagine Connor's got to follow soon.
Speed. Oh, yep, here we got a bunch more coming. DeLong,
Radke and DeLong.
Connor's going to have to come this time. He has to.
I would not stay out anything more than one lap.
The big thing we have to watch, though, Em, this 24 has been struggling on pit road all day. I mean, he had the penalty on the EOL. He's been missing his box a couple times, too. Now, does he have what it takes to... Oh, and Speeds, I think, had to back up, too. I think he went a little too deep.
We'll see Connor in the middle of the racetrack. He's not pitting. He's staying out. But he's sideways. Oh, my goodness. He is really sideways up there. McKinney pits. Borkrin is coming in. Kalal sideways.
Slater sideways on the 3 and 4. It looked like he was coming to pit, and I think somebody just got ran over from behind.
The caution comes out. Gregory Thurlow has eaten the pit attenuator, and this changes everything.
I think Kyle Speeds is going to be put a lap down. I don't know if he's going to be the first one to lap down or if he's going to get the wave. He's going to have to take the wave, but Oh, how this changes the outcome of this race.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's take a look. We saw some of it live. Let's take a look here, up above. Thurlow trying to come in, Sean Long trying to come in.
Oh, Long's loose on the entry there. You see it. Oh, I think Thurlow just misjudged it, and he knew he was going to miss it, and he tried to correct it and didn't have enough time to. And then Slider on the top, you saw him rolling there. He was sideways and spun on the exit of 4. I don't know if he got help or if he just spun, maybe trying to come to pit road.
And then, so you mentioned Slider. What did you see with Slider?
I just saw him spun off of exit of 4. I don't know if he had help or not. I couldn't tell.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Actually, I think Slider's the yellow. Because Thurlow's off the racetrack. Slider, so we caught that a little late, Ed. You're exactly right. Dustin Slider obliterated from behind. And this is gonna be something. Check this out.
So here comes the 15. He's already on the apron there. Oh, Joe Ruggles.
No, that's Sidor.
Oh, that's Sidor?
Sidor just absolutely ate the rear end of the 15.
That looks like it might have been miscommunication on who was pitting and who was not. Because
yeah,
from that indication, it looked like Sidor was trying to get ready to come down. He even had his left painted on that apron and hit it. And Sidor, I don't think, knew and just drilled him.
And Sidor had no idea that was happening. Here we go, coming to pit lane, and then whammo! So 2 incidents happen at the same time here, Ed. Again, the other one, Gregory Thurlow, who is now out of the race. He has blown an engine because of this.
Michael Sidor is actually still on pit road fixing it. So that must have been
Yeah.
some interesting damage right there.
Here's Thurlow.
But I mean,
good for Andrew Harris, who was going to pit. Barely makes his last-second decision to not pit, probably because the caution came out, and also avoids the 38.
so this has changed a lot.
Kyle Spees is on the lead lap as the leader. He stayed on the lead lap. So good for Kyle Spees.
So Racky's the first one to lap down. The 64, actually, if I'm looking right, got the free pass. So the rest of these guys are going to be wave around. Jeffrey Racky, DeLong, Mike Lipicki, Aaron Gerwitz, Sean Long, Sean Corcoran.
Well, you say that, Ed. I don't think they are. Because Spees is the first truck behind the pace car. Radke is trapped. They lap down. Jeffrey Radke is staying a lap down. Austin DeLong, Mike Lipicki, Aaron Gerwitz.
Yeah, they're all staying.
This one's huge. Aaron Gerwitz. After a great stage 1, Gerwitz is in trouble. Gerwitz is going to need some massive help in the late stages of this race.
Even Austin DeLong.
Wally Babb, Michael Sidor, Sean Long, and Sean Corcoran, they are staying laps down, Ed. Because Kyle Spees is the first truck behind the pace car. No one's getting a wave around.
And so Connor Cunningham is going to be the first one on the freshest set of tires right now. Kyle Spees and McKinney both pit.
Yeah, now Connor will have 1 green flag lap fresher tires and by the stat sheet 3 lap fresher tires. But fresher tires, and it will be something. So here we go. This is gonna trap a lot of people lap down. As he said, 17 on the lead lap. 18th on back will be battling for that free pass. Should any more yellow flags come out. The way this race has gone, Ed, it has been controlled chaos. Somehow tonight, it has been controlled chaos everywhere.
This is just going to be wicked now. I mean, you're talking about a 30-lap run once we go green to the end. And 2 of the best have been running the long runs, the 25 and the 24. McKinney might have something to say about it, too. He's going to be that first one on that top. Might fight hard to keep this 25 truck to his inside.
We've got a lot to find out. What I do know is 32 laps to go is the restart. Everyone's made their final stop. Kyle Spees is the only one locked in. Everyone else trying to have something to say about the end of this one, as the iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety down the pit lane. The field is in the hands of Kyle Spees. Green flag is in the air. One lap removed from the restart, it's Kyle Spees leading here, 31 laps to go. And the field is 3 abreast, many a row deep in the back.
Yeah, 3 abreast, and you even got lap trucks fighting hard to that car away. As you see, Jason Green almost got shoved right into that wall right there. It was close.
Corey Stahl playing physical here. Someone also trying to play physical is Connor Cunningham, challenging for the race lead.
Yeah, I don't know how hard you want to push here. You got 30 laps to go. You want to make sure you save a little bit here just to make sure you got some tire in the end. You know you got a good truck to compete with him, but I mean, you want to take control of this. He goes to the inside tight on his door. He's still going to stay there on the exit, though. How much is Connor going to focus on trying to get in this lead here quick?
He's going to force the issue. Speed trying to hold station. Connor, he is done playing Mr. Nice Guy. Connor sideways.
Sideways.
He's got to maybe cool off his stuff here. He's got to rethink this one right now. But fastest lap of the day, last lap was Connor Cunningham. I think Connor's got to cool off those tires, go at it in a couple laps or so, rethink that strategy. But Connor is applying the pressure and a lot of chaos back here. Vickery on the apron, nearly into the side of the 33.
Vickery, we haven't talked much about having a decent day today.
Catches the wall there.
Got Ben
Connor's
Park
trying
behind him,
again.
another one of those playoff drivers. Here comes Connor on the inside again for the lead.
I'm with you, Ed. I don't think you should be pushing this hard for a win just yet.
I mean, if you know you can get control of this race, you got to go for it. But if you can't, I mean, you got to.
But you don't know. Kyle Spees has been
exactly.
very, very good at defending. Kyle Spees is no slouch. Kyle Spees is the winningest driver on this season for a reason, Ed. And Connor is trying to dethrone him.
Connor's got the best chance he's got right here. He's been able to get a little closer, but he's been side by side with him. This is the first time he might actually be able to full send it and clear.
But Spees sends it just as hard. Connor, he's got a gap. He's got to send it up. He's got to jump up. He's got to clear him. He's not.
Oh my gosh, that was so close. He was so close to getting him there.
You just do not want to destroy yourself. There is a lot of racing left.
Oh, Connor clear here. Kyle had a little bit of a miscue on the exit.
Connor clears. Spees is back outside.
If Connor just hits his marks here, he should be able to get clear on the exit, though. Don't even overdrive it too hard. Just let him get up on the exit and force Kyle to maybe force his way to the bottom. There you go. Clear up.
Connor Cunningham clears to the race lead. Spees into the back of the 24.
Connor's has got to do is take control of this race, cool off those stuff a little bit.
Yeah, he's
got to
save his stuff
do
now.
Nothing aggressive.
As he pushed hard.
Yeah, that was hard, but I mean, you have to do what you got to do to control this race. And Connor out front and controlling this race, seeing the truck that he has, if he can just manage this stuff, he should be going home a winner. Hopefully, we'll see though.
Well, there's a lot of racing left and a lot of variables back here. A lot of chaos back here.
Andrew Harris has had the better short run truck I've seen all night, and seeing it here as you see him going around. Corey Stahl here for this was 6th position. Andrew's been making this third lane work pretty well. He's had a couple scrapes up there, but he's been making it work pretty well. As you see Ben Park also trying to get by Vickery there on the outside. Looks like Ben's got to get cleared there. Nice little quiet night for Ben, right into the top 10. Corey Stoll definitely impresses me a little bit tonight. Been consistently in this top 10 for that second tier championship there.
Oh,
so great. Did I say that?
Uh-oh, pounds the wall. That is commentator's jinx.
Yeah, and
if I've ever seen it.
The worst cutaway to when we go to him just absolutely sideways off the exit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Somehow doesn't get really torn up in that. He does catch the wall pretty hard. Connor's not done though. Connor now has control of the race and has the ability to pick whatever line he wants, but Spees is not going to let him have this quietly.
No, but I mean, Connor's going to have that clean air, and him running the bottom, that should be the preferred line for him. That third lane might come in, but I mean, I don't know if it's going to be enough to close onto that bottom lane though. That bottom lane's been really the lane that's been really making the best hay ground.
Meanwhile, in that battle for the free pass right now, that is Jeffrey Radke. Should anything happen and fall his way, Aaron Gerwitz is the one in trouble, Ed. We had a great stage one. Gerwitz is feeling the heat of that pit cycle right there.
Oh, Jason Green with a really dive to the Dalton McKinney. It's like an IndyCar move almost. He was like jerked that thing to the left.
Oh man. The great thing is you can see just how much they're fighting these trucks. None of tonight has been easy.
No, I mean, you've seen who's been aggressive and who's been conservative. I mean, easily. Because Kyle's now trying this third lane again, see if this works. I mean, just look at the run he gets, though. But it's just like Connor gets a little bit better headway down the back as Kyle's now going to look to the inside.
The shoe's on the other foot. How hard can Connor drive in defense?
Kyle's sliding up.
He's fighting that truck.
He's forcing that 24 up a lane that he doesn't want to go.
Yeah,
that's a smart move by Kyle Spees.
Yeah. Put him in some unknown territory.
Oh, no. Connor's going to try to work the third lane here. Kyle's running second. Both going to have clean air on this nose, but it looks like Connor with the advantage on that third lane.
But he was sideways up there. You can tell that got him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, he's going to go right back to the bottom. Right back to your comfort.
Right.
Bread and butter.
Yep. But I think that was also maybe valuable experience for Connor.
That's what I love about Connor. He's wearing those white gloves. You can just see how hard he's fighting that wheel on the exit. Oh, this might not be well because Kyle's going back to the third lane. He's going to have a really good run here.
Big run.
Oh, is he going to get up? Oh, Kyle got loose.
Here comes Spees.
As we said, Kyle was fighting hard. Now Kyle looks like he's fighting hard. I think they both know. It's like whoever's taking control of this race after 15 laps is probably going to have the better advantage. Hey, both these guys are just driving just ill-handling trucks right now.
These trucks are all over the road. You can see here the progressive banking here at 18 degrees on the bottom, 20 on the top. Really coming into fruition here.
And like, I love what Connor's doing at the bottom, but at what point do you say, okay, I need to take his line away and force him somewhere uncomfortable? I mean, he's been running the top in 1 and 2. Now he goes to the bottom in 3 and 4, and Connor's going to have the better run because of the dirty air on Kyle Spees' front nose. But Kyle's been making this top in 1 and 2 just work really, really well and closing up a gap.
And Kyle's done it all day. He's learned all the intricacies of that top lane. Connor has barely ran it, man. When it comes time to have to run that top side, Connor, he unfortunately might be a fish out of water up there.
See there. Oh, it looks like Connor got tight on the exit. Kyle's going to have a moment here, but he's going to give the shove back to the 24. Kyle's going to go to the second lane here. Not going to get as good of a run as you would running that third lane, but it'll be just good enough. And then look at that guy back there, Dalton McKinney. He's ripping the fence.
He's ready for it. 16 laps to go.
Matthew Greyhouse starting to make some moves again, too.
24 miles left in this race. As Connor Cunningham trying to get his second ever SRN victory.
I don't know if you saw that there. Jason Green and Andrew Harris. It's ridiculous. Oh, Harris got loose. He almost turned to 55. Jason Green went for the crossover in 1 and 2.
Oh,
And
oh,
made
he's
it work. I'm like,
sideways.
Jason's turning that wheel more right than left. Oh my gosh.
Oh, contact!
This is running it tight.
That's more than running tight. The green letting that thing hang out.
Can
15
you tell
laps
the
to go.
aggressiveness is up a little bit?
It is. Every position for every one of these drivers counts. And look at Kyle Speed's the one driver who doesn't have to worry about tonight's race, Ed. Might be pushing as hard as anyone else out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I just got word from the boss, actually, that he said that we will have the points updated as soon as this race is over. So don't go away at the end of this race. Anybody tuning in? Oh, Aaron Government sideways off the exit of the corner. He's going to keep it green. Oh, he lost a ton of track position. We're going to stay green, but he definitely went for a big slide.
Well, he was already lapped, so Gerwitz is going to need a lot of stuff to happen his way at the end of this one. So Gerwitz is going to be in a heap of trouble. But here we go, Ed. The top lane has been activated by the 24 machine.
And this is about the time you would want to.
There's all that smoke from Gerwitz.
Battles all over this track right now. We got Victory and Jason Cracky fighting for a top 10. Great runs from both those trucks.
Yeah, how about
51.
this? Oh, yeah.
Two people we never really talked about much these last coming weeks and having great showings here at the 1.5 miles.
Battle for the top 5. Morrow clears by Harris.
Harris did look like he wanted to give it up as he went almost to the back end of the 75.
Big run, 87. Here he goes.
I think Morrow will have the better advantage here running this third lane, but it looks like, oh, actually.
Oh,
there was
Eric
yellow.
Gerwitz in trouble. The caution comes out. And this could change everything.
So, looking at it, the free pass is going to go to the 3 truck of Radke. However, who didn't pit in the beginning of that stage yet? Before the yellow came out before the stage. Who has that extra set hanging around? I know Connor Cunningham don't.
There, Gerwitz pounds it off the outside wall there.
So Connor Cunningham doesn't have a set. Kyle Spees don't have a set. Kenny doesn't have a set. I must be wrong because everybody's coming to pit road, so I guess everybody does have a set.
Yeah, it's just Gerwitz running all by himself. Those rear tires were burnt, and those rear tires were spent. And get a yellow here. Close this thing out, but here we go, Ed. Pit lane
Money
is a
stop of
busy
the day.
place.
Connor Cunningham made it into his box good this time. Money stop of the day. Who's going to be the first one out? Jack's off the 25. Jack off the 24.
Oh, Spees!
Oh, got it.
Spees wins the race off pit road. The pit time, 0.4 of a second of a difference.
And I honestly think that 4/10 is just off the pit exit itself. Kyle
Yeah.
Spees was able to get right off the box itself. Connor looked like he had a little bit of a slower exit.
Yeah, in the box, it was a 14.4 for Spees, a 14.9 for Connor in the box. A half-second difference in the pit stall exchanges the lead here. And you know, if you slid your box just that little bit, Ed, you are punching the air right now.
Everything matters in this situation. I mean, seriously. Every pit stop, every move you make, every single thing. And you saw it there. I mean, Kyle Spees is going to have the biggest advantage of them all right now, getting to pick where he wants to start. He's going to be able to be the first one off the restart. Connor Cunningham's going to have to do something that he had a really tough time doing. That's getting by the 25 in a clean green flag run.
And all bets are off here. Everyone knows this is going to be a 7-lap run at best. At the end of this race, there is no saving tire.
No, this is all qualifying laps from here.
Absolute steamers.
So whatever you had to do to get the pole, whatever you had to do to get your top 5 starting position, you got to do it here. And to think about it too, Connor Cunningham started 3rd, Kyle Speed started 4th. Our pole sitter was actually Ben Morrow. Ben Morrow is back in 5th. So the guys that have been good at the hot laps are actually riding in the top 5 still. We actually have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th all in this top 5 here.
There you go.
Speed started 4th, Connor started 3rd, Dalton McKinney was 2nd, Andrew Harris was 7th, and then Ben Morrow was our pole sitter.
Three waiver rounds. And Austin DeLong, Michael Lepicki, Michael Sidor, which looks like 4 of them, like Sean Corcoran as well. So welcome them back onto the lead lap, where we are restarting this race with 7 laps to go. It has been a phenomenal race to this point, but it is Elimination Tuesday. In 7 laps time, 6 drivers' seasons will effectively be over. It's time to find out who is for real and who the pretenders are, as we are doubled up and ready to get back to racing. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety down the pit lane. The field is in the hands of Kyle Spees. Green flag back in the air.
A really good jump for that 25 truck, but Connor's been able to make that top work too a little bit on the start.
Cutting him down to the inside, wasting no time. Trying to get up into the 25. Speed drives it hard, side by side for the race lead.
Connor really trying to lick the stamp and send it down in 3 and 4, but him staying side by side is going to open up the door for the rest of the pack behind them. Watch McKinney, watch Harris, watch Green, all of them in contention.
Oh!
Just not close enough as Connor's starting to slide up the track. Might have been a little bit of contact. Watch McKinney now to the inside. He's looking, throwing the block.
Connor really wants it, but who wants it more?
Watch Harris, top of 3 wide, going for 3rd.
Connor trying to hang on to what he's got.
Green.
5 laps to go. Fastest
The
lap
long
of the
with a
day.
black flag.
Fastest lap of the day set by Kyle Spees.
Oh, we got a wreck. He saves it though. Cracky was sideways in the middle of 1 and 2. He saves it.
Wow. Cunningham cleared to 2nd, but I don't know if he has enough time now to catch Spees.
I don't know. There's a lot of work to get up there. He's going to have to make every lap matter here. Oh, McKinney in the fence.
4 laps to go. McKinney down to the inside. Fastest lap of the day. Kyle Spees once again.
I don't think these two are done here with McKinney and Harris. Sideways right there around the seam. Watch McKinney with the run here.
Big run. McKinney. 3 laps to go. McKinney down low. Harris up high. Trying to make something happen. Not clear yet. McKinney nearly clear. Ben Park, big run.
Yeah, watch Ben. Who's he going to help in this situation? Does he go to the top? Does he go bottom? Goes to the middle.
This all goes on for fourth. Out of turn number 4, 2 laps to go from Homestead. Kyle Spees is driving away.
Yeah, about 6/10 of a gap lead on the Connor Cunningham, but these two back here are still not done. Aaron G. Harris and McKinney. Harris goes a little bit up the track trying to force McKinney into a mistake, but McKinney
Big
with the
run from
the
Ben.
top will be able to get clear. Watch Ben coming through with a run as well. I think if you're Ben, you gotta try the top here. Yep, go right to the wall.
Yep, there he goes. Off of turn number 4, 1 lap to go. Here from Homestead for Kyle Spees. Kyle Spees got it done 1 week ago at the track dubbed as too tough to tame. Today, it seemed like this track was pretty tough to tame. A hard-fought battle all day long with Connor Cunningham, and now Kyle Spees finds himself clear by a half second out in front of the field with half a lap to go. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Kyle Spees not only looking to get the win here tonight at Homestead, Kyle Spees will sweep round 1 here in the playoffs. Cunningham second, Green the top 3.
Yep, McKinney 4th, Harris 5th, Ben Park 6th, Ben Morrow with a good run 7th, Dan Park 8th, Corey Stahl 9th, and Jeffrey Vickery with a top 10.
Wow.
What a race.
Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic stuff. And tonight, Kyle Spees is our driver sitting in Glytch Truck Series Victory Lane.
It still had enough motor from last week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh, pounds it off the inside wall.
maybe he had to do that to pass tech. Who knows?
Well. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Some fantastic stuff. And we await our podium finishers to join us up in the booth. It was a crazy day today here at Homestead. We await Connor Cunningham, Kyle Spees, and Jason Green to all be up here. We are reminding you guys we will stay on the air until the points have been finalized. We will not go off the air tonight until top 10 round 2 of the playoffs has been solidified. So wait with us. And as we attempt to get our drivers for post-race interviews, don't you go anywhere. I'm going to take a quick step aside and hear a quick message from our partners here at SRN. Podium reactions on the far side. Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway. We're now to post-race coverage here from Elimination Tuesday, of round number 15 of 18 on the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series in its 6th season. Round number 1 of the playoffs has concluded. We're here with some of our podium finishes to get some post-race reactions, and standing by now with Kyle Spees, our race winner once again. Going ahead and sweeping the round, Kyle. This was a hard-fought duel almost all race long after that first stage. What was going through your mind through all this heavy battling, and then when the caution came out while you were still on pit lane?
So typically Captain Con for the race, I just said it was a battle all night long. Me and him were close all night and made it interesting. Straight to the point, like you said, the pit. It was a battle to the pit, and when I pit, I was like, okay, maybe we'll go green, and as soon as the caution came out, I thought my race was over. Look over, and they hadn't passed me yet, and then I see I'm able to go in front of the pace car and those guys, so I was lucked out there. That kept me in the race. And then right there at the end, I got lucky again on that last caution. I let him go because I didn't think I had enough fuel, and then after I let him go, I just couldn't keep up with him. So I was like, man, if this goes green and he has enough and I can make it, he's going to end up winning. Got the caution late, got the fresh set of tires, which everyone else did. Had a great pit stop and got out in front of Connor there, and then got out in front and stayed in front for the win.
Well, Kyle, you are, of course, already were a title heavyweight, a heavy favorite, but this just continued to strike fear into the rest of your playoff opponents. Going into round 2 here, we've got Chicagoland and I believe then Iowa. I think I asked you the same thing last week, but how do you feel about your chances at those places and seeking your way through?
Same as always. Just gonna go in with the level head and keep my car afloat was always the idea. I think if you can keep less damage and make sure you're there at the end, I think we can finish pretty good. Like I said previously, I'm actually excited for Iowa, which most guys aren't. I actually enjoy that track a lot, so I think it'll be a battle. See what goes there. Chicagoland, I think it's anyone's game there. It's a great track. Everyone likes racing it due to it not being on the schedule anymore. So I think a lot of people will come out and try to win that one, so it'll be fun to see that too.
Absolutely. Well, Kyle Spees getting the sweep here in the first round of the playoffs. Kyle Spees definitely looking like title material with another victory here today here from Homestead. Congratulations on the win, Kyle. Best luck to you in round number 2.
Thank you.
And now it'll be Ed Shearer standing by for a second place finisher and a hard fought, a valiant effort today by our second place finisher, Connor Cunningham. Ed, you're standing by.
Yeah, I mean, a really great battle between you and Kyle Connor. I mean, congratulations on the P2. Tell us about how your night went through all that tough battling with Kyle and also getting back through the traffic to get back up here.
For on the start of the race, I was pretty good until, I don't know, what was the first caution, like 20, 27-ish, somewhere around there. On the pit stall, I accidentally hit my my teammate, Jason Green. Sorry about that, buddy. And that got me an EOL, so I had to drive from the back to the front on the first stage. I was on old tires, so there ain't no way I'm making it up there. So after the stage, I think I put sets on and just drove through the field. I was going for it, or either way possible, because I felt like I had a pretty good truck to to be able to battle with the leaders. So, and me and Kyle had a heck of a battle. I don't know how many laps we had at versus side by side, but this was about the hardest I've driven in a while. Let's just say that. And the last caution, I messed myself up. I wasn't in first gear on the exit of pit road. I was in second. And after the restart, I didn't take gas, so my truck was tightened up, so I couldn't catch Kyle in time. So yeah, second place would do. Hopefully, I'm good to go in the playoffs now.
Oh yeah, we'll find that one out here shortly as JB is working up the point situation right now, but only 1 point or no, you were 1 point out basically, just about. But yeah, but you still had a great run overall. I mean, throughout everything. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been pretty dominant for you. I mean, I know you're not really the mile and a half kind of guy. And also tonight, I was telling Emerson, it's like he shocked me by qualifying because you usually never qualify. So that was a whole
Well,
different story. But I mean,
well,
throughout the whole next couple of weeks, I mean, we have Charlotte coming up in a week, and then we have, I believe, Iowa at a short track. I mean, just tell us what you got to do to be able to make yourself in this championship round.
survive. That's the only thing I got because was it Chicago or is it Charlotte next week?
Charlotte.
Okay, I have a chance at Charlotte, but I'm out. It's been nice knowing you, Chief. Because I am not that good at Iowa. So whoever wins it, you can have it.
Well, practice makes perfect, Connor. So you just gotta get practicing a little bit for Iowa. But no matter what, congratulations on the second place finish tonight, and good luck going on to next week in Charlotte, where I would expect another interesting paint scheme out of you, as like always.
I'm going to try. Thank you.
So that was our second place finisher, driver of the number 24 in Connor Cunningham. We will not be joined. Yeah, it looks like we're not being joined by our third place finisher. So that will do it for our podium reactions this evening. And yeah, just great stuff. I mean, we talked to the two we probably really needed to talk to. Those two fought valiantly all evening long, and it was something else tonight. I mean, it was some fantastic stuff, right, Ed?
Yeah, probably. In my opinion, I mean, I know we said Kansas was a great race, but I think
I feel like we're starting to say this a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll volunteer for it. I mean, do it every other week till the end of the season. I mean, I'm fine with it. But this was interesting between the 4 or 5 wide racing that we had, the tight battle for the win there in the end, and it was just exciting from start to finish. I mean, Kyle Spees showing the dominance that he has, and putting himself on the map, saying, "I am the guy you have to beat to get to the championship." He's like, I am taking it. I don't care. Nothing's stopping me, and sweeping the first round in a pretty dominant fashion. I mean, has to say a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kyle Spees is 100% showing championship pedigree, championship mindset. Does not matter. If it's in front of him, he will take it. And that's what he showed today. And you know what? I think it just, even if you were rooting for Connor, and again, I know you and him were close, and Connor's great. I think it made him a better driver today, going against someone like a Kyle Spees all evening long, studying from him, learning what to do, what not to do in battles. It definitely came to fruition tonight, and of course, Connor did come out on the south end of that, but I mean, obviously he won a race already, but people will say, you have to lose one before you can really win one. I think this might be one of those moments for Connor. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks, but as we close out tonight, it's Kyle Spees with the race victory this evening over Connor Cunningham, a half-second to gap. Connor finishes second. Jason Green wraps up our podium. Dalton McKinney, Andrew Harris, the top 5. Ben Park and Ben Morrow, 6th and 7th. Daniel Park, a valiant effort from him as well. A driver trying to go for what would have been his first win on the season. A great effort there after stage 1 concluded. Corey Saul finished 9th, and Jeffrey Vickery of the top 10.
Yeah, Scott Kowal, who needed a good points tonight, is going to settle for 11th. I know definitely not the night he wanted overall. Jeffrey Racky, after an up and down night, as we can both agree on. I mean, spitting out and bringing out the 1 yellow, then involved in a 2nd yellow, and then, coming from a lap down to rebound to 12th. I think he'll take that with a smile on his face easily. 13th, Zachary Hines. 14th, Matthew Greathouse. 15th, Dustin Slider, who we saw have an incident coming on the green flag pit stops. Jason Crackey rounds out 16th, Joe Rogers Jr. 17th, Walt Lepicki 18th, Sean Corcoran 19th, and Austin DeLong, who needed a good run, did not get the good run out of it, finishing out the top 20.
Heading on down the rest of the running order, Michael Lepicki will finish 21st. Michael Sidor, one of those playoff drivers coming into tonight's race, not the run that he wanted tonight, Sidor, and he will finish 22nd. Aaron Gerwitz, after a phenomenal stage 1 ad, he will finish 23rd. He'll be the first truck 1 lap down. He causes that last yellow, and yeah, that one's gonna bite big time for Aaron Gerwitz. What could have been, I'm not sure he's in or out, but he was 4 below the cut line coming into today's race. He picked up a good bit of stage points, and that finish is certainly not going to help. Sean Long will finish 24th. Wally Babb, one of the drivers who are outside the cut line coming into today's race, 1 point out, coming coming into today, but he looks like he will be out, finishing in 25th. Gregory Thurlow finds the pit attenuator, he'll be 26th. Derek Da Silva finishes 27th. Thurlow 38 down, Da Silva 65 down for tonight's race. And so, at this moment, we await Jonathan Byer and his crew's calculations on our championship standings following tonight's Elimination Tuesday round from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Ed, it was something, and I think, you know, it could have potentially been a little confusing last time, so I won't show the standings, but we can certainly talk about the standings coming into today's race before we show that final image. And you look at everybody below the cut line, Ed, that's not Connor. In Bab, Gerwitz, Slider, Godinez, Sidor. Well, Godinez didn't even show up, so that one burns.
Yeah, and I think Sidor,
Gerwitz,
Slider,
Bab.
Gerwitz, Bab, I don't think they're making it, unfortunately.
Slider was having a decent run, but never really got up there.
Nope.
So the real question is, Connor had a great run tonight. He more than likely knocked someone out.
You gotta look at maybe a Austin DeLong, maybe a Scott Colwell. I think, honestly, I think more than likely, I hate to say it, I think it's gonna be DeLong. Unfortunately, I think Scott's just that little bit of cushion that he has between himself and DeLong. I think that will save him, honestly. I think
DeLong
Ben Park
did pick
should
up
make it.
one stage point. Bilal did not. One of those things to note, and it'll be looking then at race results. DeLong did finish deep down in the running order. Kalal got himself 11th. And so coming into today's race, Kalal had that gap. I think you'd be right. DeLong and Cunningham will probably be the one switched.
And then Ben Park, I think we can say makes it. Between him getting top 10 in the stage and then also top 10 in the race. Great House, I think. I don't remember if he did get stage points or not. I don't think he did. So that would be another one I would look at. Maybe, don't know. Like, I think Great House would definitely be. Oh yeah, Great House won the stage. Jeez.
So you got 10 stage points there. That should help out a little bit.
I think that should help him out. Yeah, Harris, McKinney, Ben, Morrow, Jason Green, Racky. I think all make it. Sliding breeze. Racky was the only one that would have been, iffy. But I think him finishing 12th kind of saved him a little bit between him spinning hard enough to not get stage. I don't think he got stage points. He might have. I don't remember. It was hard to remember. But he just had an up and down day. It was literally just like a graph chart. It was just up, down, up, down. It was just ridiculous how tough of a day he had. Jason Green was consistent in the top 5 all day. Ben Morrow, pole sitter, finished highly in the top 10-ish area. So great runs for all of them, actually. Dalton McKinney had a great run today. Andrew Harris had a bit of a run-in with McKinney as well, so that was interesting. We'll see if that continues on into Charlotte, maybe in round 2. But I'm interested to see how these points look. I definitely think we can both agree that the round of 10, when we have to cut it to, what do we go to, 4 for the championship?
5.
Or 5. We go to 5. Okay, so when we... Oh, that's going to be a tough one. I mean... And you would think, because both of these two tracks, I'm not trying to say any predictions for next season, but if we can have Darlington and Homestead as our round 2 for tracks,
man, that'd be great.
That would be interesting. Or maybe even flip flop one of them in, take Iowa for a short track, for instance, and put it in Homestead's place, and then put Homestead to Iowa. That would be interesting. To have Charlotte, Homestead, and then the first round Darlington, Iowa. That would be interesting.
It would all be absolutely insane. We've been privy to some great racing here as the season's kind of closed out here. You look at the last 3 weeks, Ed, we've had some great races in Kansas, Darlington, and Homestead. Rockingham was a little rough, and then before that we had Dega, which Dega's Talladega, and then we got Texas and Michigan. Michigan and Texas were pretty good. Pretty much ever since we left IRP, pretty much when we got to April, we have had some great races in this series. It is looking up for the series.
We have throw Canadian Tire in there too. Canadian Tire was a great race.
That was the first one we said it was the best race of the season.
Yeah, I mean that was an awesome race.
It's been up from there, man. Like this series has had great participation all throughout, and we're starting to really get some good races. I think it took it was a long start for these guys to get used to running with each other, but I think now we get to these bigger tracks with a lot of space, a lot of variability, and these trucks, you know, do a little bit better at, and these drivers really have some time to shine, which I think has started to become the case.
I think it was just shaking the rust off, like you mentioned. I mean, getting adjusted to all these drivers racing together. So I think that was a big deal that had to do with it. Because, I mean, look at how they started the year. I mean, Daytona, of course, that would be Haymaker, Chicagoland, another interesting track for the trucks. That was almost interesting. And Milwaukee Mile, Atlanta, Vegas. I mean, you're talking 2 out of those 3 almost racing like super speedways-ish almost. So
Yeah.
It was an interesting start, but then when we got to the like Auto Club and Canadian Tire and that mixed bag of like IRP, that's when we started seeing like, okay, these are the guys that are going to be consistently good each and every week. Once we got to that variety of tracks, I know we only had 1 road course on the year, which.
But it was great. I think we need a second one.
It was great, and I think we need to add a little bit more of the road courses, maybe like
I'm
one
a
more
fan
or 2.
of 2. 2 would be good for an 18 race schedule.
Yeah, I agree as well. But it's like, you know, adding that little one cushion. I mean, to be fair, the winner of that Canadian Tire was Logan Truitt, who was a road course ringer almost. You would say it was a one-off, but
And he was coming in as a sub. He didn't even affect the standings.
It wasn't even a full-time driver, so it
The
didn't
same
look
effect
like it
as
messed anything.
SVG at Chicago.
Yep, exactly. But like this is now where we're getting to the haymakers of the schedule. You know, we had Kansas, Darlington, Homestead. All of them race like 1.5 miles. Next week we go to Charlotte. I know you're probably not going to be there for that one, but
I will not be here, Charlotte. But I believe JB will be up on the call, and I believe he'll be looking to have you join him as well. So that should be a fun one.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Charlotte is going to be interesting because of the variety of how you can drive that track. You can rip it like the bottom like we did here at Homestead. You can rip the middle or the top. But it's all going to be about who saves the tire. And then also pit stop strategy like we saw tonight. I mean, if we have anything like we had tonight going into Charlotte, count me in. That's all I'm going to say. Count me in. I know we're not going to get 4 or 5 wide like we did. But I mean, the whole thing tonight was insane. But then we ended off to Iowa, which is a short track that I think a lot of drivers are going to act like it's a Bristol, even though it's not. Look at somebody like Ben Morrow.
Yeah.
He's a short track expert. He dominated IRP. And I definitely would circle him as one of my favorites going into there easily. But then you got Kyle Spees and Dalton McKinney, Harris, Jason Green, who have just been on this tear lately of just finishing consistently top 5, top 10s. It's so hard to... It's going to be tough for us to narrow it from 10 to 5 between all those guys. Yeah, oh man, it's really going to be tough.
There's some good drivers that are going to to be left off, man.
Yeah,
Connor,
and now Connor's showing up now, and it's like...
Charlotte, man, he might...
Yeah.
You know, he might work himself in. It's going to be something. I think while we are still in a holding pattern, just waiting for those final calculations from JB and the team, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our viewers out there watching across all of our platforms, our Facebook, our YouTube, our Twitch viewers. If you're watching our YouTube, guys, we greatly appreciate if you would like and subscribe to the product here at SRN. It would greatly, we would greatly appreciate it if you continue to strive for our goals here at SRN. If you're looking to get a little bit of something back for your support, you look at the Speed Racing Network Premium Membership Program. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Speed Racing Network Premium member. You get access to loyalty badges, custom emojis, exclusive wallpapers and photos, early access to content, member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. You can join today by hitting that bright blue join button on our YouTube channel. A quick shout out to all of our social media outlets where you keep up with all things SRN. Our Facebook page at facebook.com/Speed Racing Network, our X page at Speed Racing Net, our Instagram at Speed Racing Network, of course our YouTube at youtube.com/Speed Racing Network, our Twitch at Speed Racing Net, our LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and of course the website where you can find out everything you need to know about SRN when it comes to news, schedules, points, how to join, rules. The Discord and all that jazz is waiting for you at speedracingnetwork.com. We are still awaiting our calculations here from JB. I want to to shout out our new Wednesday series, a new look on Wednesdays. The KSP Performance Short Track Series is a new thing started up. It's been a lot of fun. They had a great photo finish at New Hampshire. You guys should definitely check that out should you have time tomorrow night. If you're missing the void of what we had with the Thermo Pro Series, KSP Performance is trying to do its best to fill that void, and it was a great season opener at New Hampshire with that photo finish. So we are nearing our final standings being confirmed here, and so we do have them now. We will have the opportunity to see who has made the cut and who hasn't. And so your final standings for round number 2 going up on the screen. Here we go. And there they are, and you see it. Speeds, of course, was locked in already. Cunningham makes it in. Kalaw, the last in. DeLong out by 60. That's a big margin, actually, at the cut line there.
Oh my gosh.
Ben
Look
Park,
at the
Greathouse
cutoff
Harris.
between Dalton McKinney and Harris now.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a new cut line. That's a
Actually,
new
look
cut.
at Racky to Harris.
Wow.
5 points between 3rd and 8th and 6th.
That's just after 2 races again. This round, I believe we are reset all the way to 0 for all 10 drivers, so nobody should have an advantage, and it's going to be very intriguing. Charlotte, Iowa. You'll see Kyle Speed, Jason Green, Jeffrey Radke, Ben Morrow, Dalton McKinney, Andrew Harris, Matthew Greathouse, Ben Park, Connor Cunningham, and Scott Kalaw compete for 5 spots. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for Austin DeLong, Aaron Gerwitz, Dustin Slider, Wally Babb, Michael Sidor, and Dylan Godinez.
Yeah, that's nothing to hang their heads on. I mean, fabulous seasons from all 6 of those drivers. I mean, to make the playoffs is hard enough to do. I mean, and they did it really, really well. It's just you have to be just really on your A game. And unfortunately, they had a race or 2 where they had a mistake, and unfortunately couldn't move on to the next round. I mean, just look at Connor. I mean, he didn't really have a great finish last week. Came here this week, started top 5, finished top 5. Kyle Spees dominated both the races, won both the races in accordingly fashion. Jason Green really had a great points buffer. I mean, look at Racky. I mean, we're talking about him, what was he? He had 42 points, and he only gained 6 points out of those 2 races. Just thinking about it. He was 42 points buffer to the cutoff line that last round. Now he's at 48, and now he's going to be at 5 basically for this next round. One mistake can change everything. Even if you're guaranteed yourself in, like Kyle Spees did, it doesn't matter. If you're not consistent enough those first 2 races, you go in those next 2 at a big deficit. It doesn't matter. If you're like Kyle Spees right now, you're thinking, okay, he has all the momentum in the world right now, winning both these races. He's probably thinking, Charlotte, I'm going to go right back in there and dominate as I can. It doesn't matter, though, because somebody can jump you. Like, think of a Matthew Greathouse, didn't have the best of nights tonight. He can win Charlotte and jump somebody in there and knock out even a Dalton McKinney or a Ben Morrow. Like, that's how different it can be.
Absolutely. Well, with that concludes Elimination Tuesday and our coverage here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. For me, I will see you guys in 3 weeks' time. Championship finale at Nashville. But for you guys, you will be back here next Wednesday night for round of 10 coverage from Charlotte. And that'll do it for us from Homestead. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Speed Racing Network, Edward Shearer, and myself, Emerson Arden, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week.